7 laws that decide who gets everything and who gets nothing. Most people want success. Very few are built for it. They want wealth. They want status. They want influence. They want respect. But they do not want the psychological discipline required to earn it. So they drift. They complain. They rationalize. And they watch others move past them. This is not about motivation. It is about hierarchy. There is a hierarchy in life, not moral, not political, psychological. And the people who rise understand certain laws that others ignore. These laws are not soft. They are not comforting. They are not fair. They are brutal in their consistency. You either align with them or you get eliminated quietly. Let's begin with the first, Law 1. Emotional weakness is visible. You may believe you hide it. You don't. The moment you react impulsively, you reveal your leverage. The moment you defend yourself emotionally, you show insecurity. The moment you rush, you expose fear. Powerful individuals do not rush. They do not react instantly. They do not explain themselves unnecessarily. Because the one who reacts first loses control. Watch high-level negotiations. The weaker party talks more, explains more, justifies more. The stronger party listens, waits, speaks last. Silence creates tension, and tension creates advantage. This is why emotional control is not optional. It is foundational. If someone insults you and you feel compelled to respond immediately, they own your nervous system. If someone pressures you and you feel urgency, they control your pace. If someone withdraws and you panic, they control your stability. You cannot win externally if you are unstable internally. The Stoics understood this. Control your reaction, or your reaction will control you. Most people are governed by impulse. Impulse makes them predictable. Predictable people are easy to dominate. You must become difficult to move, difficult to provoke, difficult to rush. Emotional restraint is not suppression. It is positioning. And positioning decides outcomes. Law 2, scarcity commands respect. Abundance invites indifference. If you are always available, you are not valued. If you respond instantly, you train people to expect it. If you over-deliver constantly without boundaries, you lower your own status. Human nature does not reward constant accessibility. It rewards controlled availability. Look at power structures in any industry. The individuals who are hardest to access are perceived as most valuable. This is not arrogance. It is psychological framing. When you speak less, your words weigh more. When you say no occasionally, your yes carries strength. When you withdraw attention, you increase demand. Desperation repels, scarcity attracts. This applies in business. It applies in relationships. It applies socially. If you chase, you signal imbalance. If you need validation, you signal weakness. The person who appears least dependent on the outcome often controls the outcome. That is not coincidence, that is law. You must learn to limit access to your time, your attention, your emotional energy, or others will consume it freely. Law 3, perception overrides intention. You are not judged by what you mean. You are judged by what you project. This is where many intelligent individuals fail. They assume competence is enough. It is not. If you appear uncertain, you will be treated as uncertain. If your posture is weak, your authority collapses before you speak. If your tone wavers, your message loses power. Machiavelli understood something modern society pretends not to. Image is leverage, presentation is strategy, and perception is reality in social hierarchy. If you look controlled, you are perceived as controlled. If you look decisive, people hesitate to challenge you. If you look unstable, people test you. Human beings assess threat and opportunity instantly. Before your first sentence, your frame is evaluated. You either command presence or you request permission. There is no neutral. and those who ignore this law remain invisible. Law 4, position determines victory. The art of war does not glorify aggression. It glorifies preparation. The battle is won before it begins. Most people act emotionally. Strategic individuals act conditionally. They ask, what leverage do I have? What leverage does the other party have? What outcome am I prepared to walk away from? If you cannot walk away, you cannot negotiate. If you cannot withstand loss, you cannot command respect. Desperation leaks through tone. It leaks through posture. It leaks through micro-expressions. And experienced individuals detect it instantly. If you need the deal, you lose power. If you need the approval, you lose influence. If you need the relationship more than the other person, you surrender control. Position yourself before you move. Financially, emotionally, strategically. Build optionality. Options create strength. Lack of options creates compliance. Those who build leverage quietly win loudly later. Those who chase outcomes lose control of process. Law 5. Weakness invites pressure. Not because people are evil, because people test stability instinctively. If you tolerate disrespect once, it repeats. If you allow boundaries to blur, they disappear. If you excuse manipulation, it escalates. Strength is not loud. Strength is consistent. Calm enforcement of limits. No emotional explosions. No dramatic ultimatums. Just clear standards. When someone crosses a boundary, you correct it without hesitation, without aggression, without apology, and then you move on. Most people avoid conflict. They fear discomfort, so they tolerate what they shouldn't, and slowly they erode their own position. Respect is not given permanently, it is maintained. If you appear unwilling to defend your position, you are repositioned automatically. Hierarchy adjusts, without announcement, without permission, without warning. Law 6, long-term thinkers dominate short-term reactors. Most individuals sacrifice the future for immediate relief. They send the angry message. They chase the short-term win. They indulge the impulse, and they damage positioning permanently. Strategic individuals zoom out. They think in years. They think in leverage accumulation. They ask, does this reaction build or erode long-term advantage? Patience compounds. Emotion decays. If you can delay gratification, you outlast competition. If you can endure boredom, you surpass inconsistency. If you can remain disciplined while others fluctuate, you gain ground quietly. The powerful are rarely dramatic. They are consistent. Consistency is intimidating because it cannot be shaken easily. Law 7. Most people sabotage themselves, not through catastrophe, through inconsistency. They know what to do. They simply refuse to execute consistently. They start, they stop, they commit, they drift, they react, they regret, and they repeat. Self-discipline is the ultimate separator because the external game is easier to study than the internal war. Your emotions will attempt to betray your strategy. Your comfort will attempt to override your goals. Your ego will attempt to justify weakness. If you cannot override yourself, you cannot override opposition. Self-control is dominance turned inward, and without it, you remain average. Now let's go deeper. Hierarchy is real, whether society admits it or not. Every room has one. Every group has one. Every negotiation has one. It is not always formal, but it exists. Who speaks first? Who interrupts? Who holds silence? Who apologizes? Who laughs nervously? Who maintains eye contact? These signals determine perceived rank. If you rush speech, you lower your position. If you over-explain, you signal uncertainty. If you react emotionally, you reduce authority. The powerful understand micro signals. They understand pacing, they understand tone, they understand restraint. You cannot ignore hierarchy and expect dominance. You must understand the game to play above it. Most people remain blind. They assume fairness. They assume logic governs outcomes. It does not. Psychology governs outcomes, and psychology rewards stability. Another truth: desire reveals vulnerability. The more you want something visibly, the less power you hold over it. If you visibly want approval, you lose it. If you visibly want validation, you repel it. If you visibly want the deal, you weaken your position. The one who needs least controls most. This is why internal independence matters. When your self-worth is not attached to outcomes, you become dangerous. Because you are no longer easily steered. You are no longer easily baited. You are no longer easily pressured. Detachment is not indifference, it is strength. There is one final reality. Life does not reward effort equally. It rewards alignment. Alignment with discipline. Alignment with perception. Alignment with positioning. And alignment with emotional control. Most people want outcomes without internal restructuring. They want confidence without discipline. They want authority without stability. They want influence without restraint. That does not work. The laws do not bend for comfort. They operate consistently. If you are reactive, you will be outmaneuvered. If you are desperate, you will be leveraged. If you are inconsistent, you will be surpassed. The world respects composure. It respects control. It respects scarcity. It respects decisiveness. Not because it is moral, but because it signals strength. And strength attracts opportunity. Weakness attracts pressure. This is not pessimism, it is realism. You can reject these laws, most do, or you can align with them. Quietly, deliberately, relentlessly. The individuals who get everything are not louder. They are steadier. They are not more emotional. They are more controlled. They are not more desperate. They are more detached. They are not more impulsive. They are more strategic. That is the difference. Not luck, not fate, alignment, with laws that do not care about excuses. So now the question becomes simple. Will you continue reacting, or will you start positioning? Because in the end, there are only two categories: those who understand the game and those who are played by it.